I have been unemployed for 4 months now. I was laid off from my corporate job in October, and I have been applying for jobs that I don't even want. Does anybody relate to that? Like you are trying so hard to get a job that you don't even enjoy or want anymore? That is where I find myself, and I thought I would ask if anybody has felt that way. So obviously I have had a lot of life changes. I just turned 55. I am an empty nester and I miss my kids and I live alone and I was laid off from my job. And so, there's just a lot of uncertainty in, in my life. And the one thing that I can say is that when this happened, I had just this peace about it. Like, okay, I don't belong here, right? It was a job that I was recruited for. They literally recruited me, created this position for me, and then 8 months down the road laid me off. Talk about turning your life kind of, upside down. Like, what the heck? But when it happened, I just felt like, okay, if this is, not where I'm meant to be, it's not where I'm meant to be. And even though I was working really hard at it, I can say, as I have started to apply for jobs over the past 4 months, over the holiday season, I can say that it's an industry that I don't no longer have a passion for. Like, I'm applying for jobs I truly don't want. And I have given it my best. I've had a handful of interviews, did great interviewing because I am someone who interviews well and who has not in the past had difficulty finding work once I was interviewed. So it is a whole different ballgame now. I have applied to countless things, but and I've only gotten a handful of interviews, all of which went well, even to second interviews, and then the rejection comes. And I'm like, okay, great, like, didn't even want the job. But it's still disheartening because even though I don't want your sorry job, I do need an income. So what have I been doing aside from, that? Well, I can tell you that from the beginning, I was determined that God gave me this peace about the situation, and I was not going to lose hold of that peace. I was not going to allow myself to get depressed, to bury my head in the sand and be, doom and gloom and woe is me. No, I am a very confident person. I know I am skilled. I know that I have great experience, and the job market is crazy and it's horrible right now. But I know that God has never failed me, and I am going to find something great and something fabulous. Now, in the meantime, I can't just sit around and wait for, something to fall in my lap. I have to keep pursuing. And so up until a week and a half ago, I was applying for jobs that, like I said, I don't even want. I went to bed one night. I pray every night, and I said, Lord, I am applying for things I don't even want. Like, I said those words. And when I woke up the next morning, I had this new sense of, oh my God, I want to do this. And I'm 55 now, so I've been in another industry for, over 25 years. But I remember when I first got out of the Air Force, I started to work in doing bookkeeping. I did bookkeeping for an underground utility company. I did bookkeeping for a Catholic church, and then for their Catholic school. And I did bookkeeping for a cement company. Like, I have bookkeeping experience. I am familiar with QuickBooks, and that's what I've used. I have the certification for QuickBooks Online, and I woke up after praying that prayer. I woke up the next day and I thought, that's what I want to do. I just want to look at numbers, numbers make sense. I don't have to deal with problems and all this people issues. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to update my resume with primary focus being accounting. And so I revamped my resume. I completely changed my Indeed and my LinkedIn profiles. And I did a small web page, and I thought, okay, I'm going to advertise that on Facebook. I do bookkeeping, and maybe I'll get a couple of independent clients, and that'll be good. It'll help me in the meantime while I look for something else. I am now doing cleanup bookkeeping for this company, this man. It's only a 1-month contract. It's for a pay that I could not accept as a full-time income. I just can't survive on it. But it is giving me something to do. It is giving me such a joy and passion for it that I'm like, this is what I want to do. In some way, some capacity, this is what I want to do. And if that means that I need to work independently and just find different clients and then that is enough income, I don't know. I'll see where it goes. But I have such confidence and peace, and I feel like God is leading me down this path because I literally cried out to him and said, I don't want to do this. I'm applying for things I don't want. And it has been just great. It really has. And during the time that I have been looking for work, I have made it a point that I'm not just going to sit and be mopey and blah, blah. I can't go out shopping and spend all kinds of money. And I can't do a lot of things that maybe I was being careless with money before. I can't do any of that. So I have been immersing myself in all of the hobbies that I have loved over all these years, and especially when I was younger, one of which is puzzle making. I have just immersed myself into puzzles, and I did spend some money on some puzzles at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. And then when I went to work doing the accounting for this company last week, they are in another little town north of me. And I thought, oh, let me go to their thrift store because I love thrift stores. And I went to the thrift store and I found all these puzzles for $2. I'm very selective on the puzzles. They had a lot, but I only got, I think like 6 of them at one location. And then I went to a thrift store the next day and I got 3 at one, 4 at another, and $2, $3. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. So I'm excited to share a puzzle haul with you guys. And if you're thinking, what kind of content do I share? I share just about me. I'm Alma, and this is just me, Alma. So that's what you're going to get here. I'm also just really enjoying reading again because I get home. Well, even when I wasn't doing this accounting work, obviously I wasn't working at all, but I was just home. And I picked up a book. I've been reading. I finished a book, pick up another book. I've been just enjoying myself, enjoying my peace. My evenings, put on a show or, do a puzzle, read a book for a little bit. It has just been very, very well, very, very good. And I can't believe that it is coming from this, what should have been tragic, right? And God is turning it for good, certainly. My goal to just stay positive through all of this. There are life's ups and downs, and there are worse tragedies than, being a little tight on money because you don't have a job right now. There are worse things. And so I am going to enjoy my everyday, and I will share some of that here soon. So thanks for listening, and have a great day.